Hello everyone, we're once again in the drift car. Today we're fixing the Alternator Regulator. I should actually have this open, shouldn't I? Because the car, sort of just decides to die from time to time. Well, not die, it just decides not to start. So we diagnosed it and figured out that it was the Alternator Regulator. So we're going to fix that today, or try to, hopefully. I don't particularly want to work today, but let's get it done, otherwise we'll never be able to drive the car. I also want to point out that this is probably going to be my last video for a good while, because I'm going on Erasmus for the second time. I'm going to Zaragoza in Spain, and well, that means that I won't have my car here to work on, and well, I'll have it here, I won't have it there. And yeah, I probably won't have much content to make unless I go to some sort of car meet or something there, in which case I will make a video, but I think that's probably unlikely. So yeah. Okay, so to get the alternator off, I have to, let's see if you can actually see, I have to take off this pulley here to get the belt off. Then I just need to take off this bolt, there's a bolt here, and then there's another one down there. Yeah, there should be another one down here somewhere. To do this, I should actually be taking off this airbox and the mass airflow, but it's a pain in the ass, as you saw in the last video. This airbox is actually from a 16i or a 18i, no idea, but it's on this 18IS, and it means that it's not actually the correct size, so it's putting force on this pipe, and because it's putting force on this pipe, it means that it's a complete pain in the ass to get back in again. So I'm going to see if I can take off the alternator without having to take off the airbox, and hopefully I can, because otherwise that's going to be a massive pain. So yeah. I'll just leave it tightened. I'll leave it on this bottom pulley. Then I'll just have to tighten it in the rest. Right, cool. So now we have to take off this bolt, this idler pulley, and down there. There you go, cover's off. That's heavy. There you go. Focus. There you go. Right, let's see if I can get it out by hand. Yep, perfect. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Right, I'm back now. Time to get this on. Snug it on. This is actually quite a heavy bolt. Sorry, that's bad camera angle, but it's what we got. She's tight. That's what she said. Oops. I don't think that was the bolt. Oh, that's not good. Right, time to get a breaker bar. That went well. Well, I had to take this bottom bolt off. This one here. So I had to take the airbox off, whatever. It's going to be a pain in the ass to put back on, but I needed it off, otherwise I couldn't work. It also means that I have no support for filming from, so I think I'm going to have to just balance my phone on this pipe here and hope it doesn't fall. By the way, a very important thing which I had forgotten about completely is to disconnect the battery, because the wires on the back of the alternator are direct connection. They're always taking, they've always got power, so make sure that the battery is disconnected. Otherwise, you might get a nice shock, and that would be less than ideal, of course. So all you should need to do is take off the negative pole. So I actually had to go on and take that bolt off camera, because I just couldn't work with the camera and the bolt at the same time. But now we just have to pry this off and move it back slightly, and then you can't really see it, but in there's a couple of cables which, once this is pulled out, we should take off. Pulled out slightly, just so we have a bit more movement. But yeah. Okay, so to get this out, you're going to want a pry bar, because otherwise you're a bit screwed. And with one, it should just come out like that. That easy. Look at that. Absolutely no effort. And then the bottom bit is a bit harder because you can't really get a pry bar in there, so you pretty much just have to shake it and hope. But yeah, I'll update you when I've got it out. But I managed to get it off. It took a lot of wiggling and a bit of convincing, but it's off. Now I have to take these at the back off. Should be a 10 and a 13, I think, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. But I can't really show it to you. It's a hard place to get with the camera and supported and whatever, since I don't actually have a tripod, but I'll try my best. I just want to say, make sure you have your battery disconnected before you touch these, because that will hurt badly. Trust me. Well, I successfully got the alternator off, and we're now in my less than ideal workspace again. Bike's gone, it's now outside. But it has a couple of 8 bolts here, and this is where it had the 2 cables. So this was a 10, this was a 13, this was the, or better, this was the ground, this was the positive 8 here. And yeah, I'll try to show you this, although it's terrible lighting. I've got the flash on my phone at the moment. But yeah, I'll start dismantling it. I'd also quickly like to thank my friends at Classicos for getting me out the part that I needed. pretty much immediately. Hold on, let me open it. Open. Why is it being so difficult? There we go. It's in here. I'm going to wash my hands and then I'll show you. I just don't want to touch a brand new part with dirty hands, because even though they're relatively clean actually, but still. I also just want to point out how incredible Portugal is, because it's currently 5 PM on the 18th of November, and I'm walking around in a t-shirt and trousers. Well, work trousers, but still. And it's just sunny weather, and it's mid-November, like, absolutely perfect. So, like, come to Portugal, it's amazing. Aside from when it's raining, of course. Then, I mean, like, in the UK, from what I've understood, it's just constant drizzle. And here, it's like either sunny or absolutely bucketing it down, so, yeah. Okay, so this is the part. It's the Alternator Regulator, or it's got a different name. In Portuguese it's Regulador de Escovas. I don't know the name in English, really, to be fair. But yeah, it basically goes in the back here. And I'll dismantle it and show you the old one and the new one in a second. Okay, so it's just these three 8 nuts that you just got to take off, and then this plastic comes off and it exposes the regulator, which is what we need to take off, and this shot. And just a quick thing, always keep your bolts in their spot, otherwise, especially if you've got a redneck workspace like I do, and just stick it away from your working area. Stick it somewhere where it's not going to get broken, like on this cooker. And yeah, just, it helps a lot, and you don't lose stuff, and it's so much better. Okay, so I may be being stupid here, but I think this regulator has already been modified for some reason. Not sure why, but it has like this putty here. It has this putty here, whereas this one, if we put it over in the same position, it has like this stud that sticks out, and for the rest it all seems to be exactly the same. I just can't figure out why. Oh, actually, it's not the same part, is it? No, this doesn't. I think this isn't the same part, which will be an issue. So, despite having some issues with it being different, it has this stud which the other one doesn't. I think we've just figured out that it's the case that's different, and so the last guy cut this off because it's not for this case. I'm not sure, but basically we're just putting it on. You have to push it on and keep this cover on, and yeah, I'll show you in a second once it's done, because it's hard to do with one hand. So yeah, we just cut a hole in here to get this new bit in, because I'd rather cut the cover, which I can get for £5, than cut this and then have to buy a whole new part if it doesn't work or something, because it would remove the warranty. But yeah, I'll just put it back in now. It's dark, I ran out of daylight, so probably won't film it, but yeah.
Going?
It's taking its time.
Yes.
It was going in quicker with your hand.
Nah. I can move
Right, let me
it
get the
around.
button done.
Yeah.
Yep. Runs better than ever. Never had it running this good in my life. Right everyone, so I never actually filmed an outro. I'm currently in Zaragoza. As I said at the start of the video, I was going there for a month, and I'm currently on my 4th week here. I'm only here for another 10 days. So, yeah, I had some technical issues. I was actually previously editing videos on CapCut on my phone, and I just had some technical issues with it, and I'm now editing on my computer. But yeah, that's why it took me so long to get this video out, as I originally intended to get it out on like my first few days here. So yeah, I got the car running. I actually have a clip of me hooning it the day after. I'll put it here, but yeah, I was attempting to do some donuts, just not doing it very well. But yeah, I should be back home soon, and at which point I'll start getting some more regular content out again. And yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, whatever YouTubers say. Right, see you in the next one. Bye guys.